we'll wrap it up to the close-ups. Yeah, buddy. So here's the packaging. This Reuleaux Tinker 2 comes in by Wismec. And as you guys can see, this packaging is so damn big, it doesn't even fit on the screen. And it's because we got something big inside. Big old beast. But yeah, baby, inside that packaging, of course, you're going to receive your Tinker 2 mod. Included is a USB cable, which is surprisingly freaking long. They include this 25mm sub-ohm tank called the Trough. You get an extra glass tube, an additional mesh coil head, some extra seals and O-rings, and last but certainly not least, a user guide and some informational cards. Okie spanky dokie, so let's go ahead and start with this Trough sub-ohm tank. I said Trough, it's Trough, okay? But yeah, called the Trough. She's primarily made of stainless steel, holds 6.5 mils of e-liquid, man. 25mm width down at the base. Right here in this section is 27mm, and then where the glass tube is, it's about 30mm, and she's about 47mm in length. As you guys can see, she's got dual bottom adjustable airflow. You grab hold of the adjustable airflow ring, it stops in one direction, stops in the other, perfect amount of restriction, and whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same on this side. At the top, she comes with a legit resin 810 tip. This is a comfortable tip if you ask me. Perfect length. All this is going to be subjective, but yeah, I like it. Of course, here's the inside of the drip tip catch cup. You have an O-ring embedded, and she does fit snug as a bug, and looks, let's see, she looks good, man. Up here you have top fill, you just slide it, and check that out, it's got a membrane. So you get your fill bottle and you just press it and fill, and then when you pull it out, it's sealed up. Love that membrane. And like I said, she holds 6.5 mils of e-liquid. When you're done filling her up, you just slide her back. And the top fill's got perfect amount of restriction. Love how it clicks. To get to the coil head, all you gotta do is unscrew the base, just like most sub-ohm tanks out there. And there she is. Included is a single mesh coil head, kind of like a net coil head. Uses wood pulp and organic cotton. And these coil heads are good, man. Not the best I've ever had, but they're good. But yeah, the single mesh coil head reads 0.35 ohm, 30 to 50 watts recommended. You got your organic cotton feed slots around the outside, just like most sub-ohm tank coil heads out there. And then on the inside, like I showed you before, you have a single net coil head, net mesh, again with wood pulp and organic cotton. Now the other coil head that comes with this is the 0.2 ohm, 30 to 70 watts recommended dual mesh coil head. You got your organic cotton feed slots around the outside. And then on the inside, there's your dual mesh. And this coil head vapes a lot better than the single one. I mean, noticeably better. Oh yeah, and here's what the bottom of each coil head looks like. It's split in like 4 sections. Nice airflow. Here's what the inside of the base looks like. Everything is nice and clean. Today I'm going to be rocking this dual mesh because again, I like this a lot better than the single. Go ahead and screw her together. Again, you want to make everything nice and tight. And then of course, fill her up. And 6.5 mils of e-liquid is a ton of juice for a freaking sub-ohm tank. And again, I'm a big fan of this membrane because you can turn it upside down and juice is not going to come out. It's almost like a double seal action. Now on to this Tinker 2 mod. First of all, she's primarily made of zinc alloy, and it is hefty. This is a beast, like I said in FaceTime. Heavy, heavy, heavy. She's IP67 rated, shockproof, dustproof, waterproof. And it's legit, man. Right up there with the E-jucie Legend and the Jackaroo from VaPe. So on the front, you got the fire button, you got the mini screen, you got the wattage up, wattage down buttons, and the USB port, which is sealed, obviously. What you gotta do is get your fingernail in here, and it pulls right out. Nice quality plug. Fits flush every time. And I'm a big, big, big fan of this fire button, man. It reminds me of the E-jucie Legend. Love the shape of it. How it kind of dips down. It protrudes just the right amount. Nice clicky and tactile. Same thing for the function buttons down here. On the top side, you got your 510 connection, gold-plated spring-loaded 510 pin, stainless steel 510 connection threads. Holds up to 25mm devices. Anything you pop on there bigger than 25mm, and there's going to be overhang. That's probably the biggest con that I found for this mod. See, with the E-jucie Legend, it was bigger up top and it was centered, the 510 connection. And as you guys can see at the top, we got the E-jucie Legend. At the bottom, we got the Tinker 2, and you see the difference, right? It's a lot bigger up top, and the 510 connection is centered. But I will say the Tinker 2 is a lot easier to keep clean because it's got that matte finish. With the E-jucie Legend, you had rubber all around it, which was hard to keep clean. You know what? I got a full review on this bad boy. I'll post a link down in the description. But if you're that type of vapor, you like to use big devices, bigger than 25mm, you might want to go with this one. If you prefer your 25mm or smaller, you might want to go with this one. That's the beauty of this industry. We got a lot to choose from. But yeah, at the bottom of the Tinker 2, we got our battery door. Very similar to the E-jucie Legend. You got your vent holes, and you got your little lever, and what you do is you pull back, and it pops open. Spring loaded, and it's got a deep cup. Very deep. Just like the E-jucie Legend. And yes, this is a dual 18650 mod. Batteries are not included. Over here, you got your markers. Pop it down, pull it in, push it into place. It locks. And it's pretty flush. Again, guys, here's one side of the mod. Same thing on the other. Looks pretty similar. It says Wismec over here. And it's got this snakeskin-esque like wrap. Very, very, very comfortable. Very comfortable, very big too. Yeah, I got nice size hands and this thing fills it up easily. But like I said, it's comfortable. And the fire button is in the perfect position. Now, as far as the mini screen, so yeah, I brightened her up a little bit so you can see it. Again, off camera, it's bright enough, but on camera, That being said, I wish it was just a little bit brighter. So as you can see at the top, it shows the day, the time, it says power, wattage. You got your ohms, your amps, and your dual battery gauge. She adjusts all the way down to 1 watt. It does not round robin. That may be a con to some of you guys. From 1 to 20 watts, she adjusts in 0.1 increments. Above that, she adjusts in 1 increment. And she goes all the way up to... And she is slow. She scrolls very slow. But yeah, she scrolls all the way up to 200 watts. So yeah, this is a dual 18650 mod that you can vape up to 200 watts. And it's got temperature and all that good stuff. To get into the settings, you hit the fire button 3 times, 1, 2, 3. You got mode, settings, info, exit, go into mode. You got power, TC, TCR, RTC. Scroll down to TC, scroll down to TC just to show you. Temp nickel, temp TI, temp SS. Of course, you got Celsius, Fahrenheit. This is in nickel, obviously. It says nickel up top. But all the temperature settings are gonna look the same. Just like every other mod out there, just about every other high wattage mod. Here's TCR, where you can adjust the TCR, and then it goes back to the screen, and of course RTC. Now if we go down to settings, you can lock and unlock the coil, you can adjust the power, stealth, subpara, where you can show the puffs, the time, the amps, or the volts on the main menu screen. You got info, where it shows the battery, the version, and then exit, and then exit again. If you hold down the wattage up, wattage down buttons down at the same time, it's gonna lock the function button, so you can't adjust it, but you can still fire it up. Of course, nothing's on there. It's going to say no atomizer. But that's basically the gist of it, man. Very beautiful screen. Wish it was just a little bit lighter, and you got all these options. So here's what this Trough Tank looks like on here. Again, 25mm at the base. Anything you pop on this mod, 25mm, and it's going to look to tits. Again, guys, anything over 25mm, and there's going to be overhang off this puppy chucker. Of course, if we pull out a little bit, here's what she looks like all assembled. Very, very good looking kit, if you ask me. The sub-ohm tank gets the job done. Great flavor, especially with the dual coil mesh, and the mod is a flipping beast. Oh yeah, here's a size comparison between the E-jucie Legend and the Tinker 2. As you guys can see, the E-jucie Legend is bigger. They're about the same weight, but the E-jucie Legend's got her a little bit. A touch in width, and definitely bigger in thickness. Again, guys, if you're going to be using devices larger than 25mm, go with this one. If you prefer your center connections, go with this one. But all in all, I think this one right here, the Tinker 2, it looks better. It's a little bit more rounded. Feels a little bit better in my hand. Again, all this is going to be subjective. It's just all damn subjective. It's all about what you are looking for. Fact is, they're both great mods. Okie spanky dokie, so the juice I'm rocking in this Trough Tank is something called Nana's Cream. I've talked about it. It is the best banana pudding I've ever tried. You know what? I created it. So I'm going to say that. If you like banana pudding, you're looking for a banana pudding type of e-juice, look no further than this Nana's Cream. And you can get it on over at VapeTrick, VAPETRIK. Use code VIP, capital V, capital I, capital P, and get 10% off of it. VapeTrick.com. Check it out. But yeah, I got me some Nana's Cream in here. I'm vaping her at, I'm starting her at 45 watts. And I got the airflow wide open. You guys know. Let's go. Did you hear how smooth the airflow is? It's smooth, it's pretty quiet. It feels good, man. It's one of those airflows to me that it's just like, it feels good to my lungs. It's not catchy in any way. Smooth as a gravy sandwich. And the vapor, it's just chucking away. And that's only at 45 watts, guys. This thing's rated up to, believe, what is it? What does it say? Yeah, 70 watts. 45 watts. Crazy vapor. And the flavor's really good. Now, it's a cooler vape at 45 watts, obviously. But I'm gonna take her up just for y'all. I'm gonna take her up to my preferred. And that's about 60 watts. Oh yeah, it is rocking. Now I will say, with these coil heads, there's a little bit of break-in. It took me about a tank to break her in. And I'm gonna drop the airflow just a touch. I'm gonna drop it about 3/4, you know what, halfway open.